Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Poor Man Pedals. This week we've got a special treat for you. We've got the Behringer HB01 Ultimate Optical Wah-Wah Pedal Hellbabe, whatever you want to call it. There are a million names on the box, which I'm sure you gathered if you watched the unboxing video which I posted on Monday. Don't forget to check that out. Today I'm actually going to be starting a series of videos for this. I decided to break it up, try to keep the video length down for each of them. So we'll talk about this later, but basically there are going to be 6 modes for this wah pedal, and so 6 videos, 1 video per mode. Let me know what you think of that format in the comments below. Along with that, a couple items of housekeeping before we continue. Number 1, don't forget Signature A has custom guitar straps, which you can get for $10 off if you mention my name, Poor Man Pedals, and they're more than happy to hook you up. They're really awesome. Once again, I've got an awesome custom Pokemon themed one, an awesome custom Star Wars one, and then for my wife's bass, there's an awesome thing that says Nevermore. It's really awesome. They have pictures of all this kind of thing over at their store, and link is in the description below. Number 2, don't forget to go and like our Facebook page so you can get all the latest updates. You don't have to wait until Saturday to get all the updates, and sometimes on Saturdays I don't talk about the updates. So don't forget to like the Facebook page. Number 3, if you haven't already checked out the video where I put the chorus in front of the overdrive from, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, something like that. Go back, watch it. When I first uploaded it, I forgot to include the sound. Thankfully, someone reminded me of that, and so I was able to go and put the sound back in, and I had to re-upload the entire video. So now you can watch it with sound if you haven't already done so. I highly recommend it. It's a great way to see what it sounds like to have chorus first and overdrive second. So don't forget to check that out. Okay, other than that, thanks so much for your support. I'm going to go ahead, we're going to take care of this bad boy, and yeah. So with the controls for the Hellbabe, there are 5 controls to be aware of. I'm going to go ahead as I talk about each one. I'm going to highlight it about here-ish. Number 1 is the... I call it the Mode Selector. Basically, it determines the frequency to start at with the heel down. So your low frequency, it ranges from, I believe, 250 hertz to 440 hertz. This week we're going to start at the highest one, so that should be about 440. And then as the weeks go on, we're going to just kind of dip that down to lower depths. So that's that one. It's the big silver knob towards the front of the pedal. Then on the other side of the pedal we have 3 more controls. We've got the boost control, the Q control, and the, what do they call it? Filter? No, fine control. So real quick, the boost, this pedal has a built-in boost. There's a little controller on the side of the pedal. It's actually really easy to tap just before going into that big solo or whatever you need it for. It's really easy to tap with your foot and activate. So that's pretty nice, and the boost gives up to 15 dB if activated. The boost control only works if you activate the boost, otherwise it does nothing, and it goes up to 15 dB as I mentioned. Then you've got the Q filter, which does a few things. Number 1, it changes the shape of the Q, kind of how fine the frequency is going to be, whether it's going to be like this moving along the frequency spectrum, or whether it's going to be more like this moving along the frequency spectrum. That's kind of what the Q does. It also does affect the output, so when you have a lower Q, it's going to be wider like this moving along, but it's also going to have a lower output. It's better for a much more subtle wah effect. if you want something more pronounced, you would want to tighten the Q so it's thinner, and this also makes it more pronounced and heightens the output for you. The fine control affects the frequency of the toe down position all the way up to 2.2 kilohertz. So basically the big control controls, one moment. Okay, so basically the fine control affects the toe down position and basically how high it's going to go in the frequency spectrum, and the giant knob on the side affects the heel down frequency as well as and basically the lowest. So small knob controls highs, big knob controls lows, heel down versus toe down. You can kind of figure it out. It's not bad. Also, there are two LEDs on the back of the wah. This is one of my biggest complaints, actually, is the fact that they're on the back of the wah, because when you're up there soloing, you got your wah going, your leg covers them. You can't see them very well. But basically, you've got a red one that indicates that the wah effect is active, and there's a yellow one that indicates that the boost is active. So there's that fun stuff for you too. Once again, I don't think it's designed very well because it's very hard to see unless you twist your leg all awkwardly while you go about. So that I think is a poor design. Overall, it seems to be pretty sturdy. It's not bad. It is an optical wah, so it's not moving gears or anything like that to adjust the frequency. It uses lasers and stuff like that to figure all that out, which is fun. The only other complaint I have about this, there's the light thing, but also most wah pedals, and I mean literally every other wah pedal that I've seen, maybe there are some I don't know about, but every other pedal I know about has the foot switch like a normal pedal to turn it on and off. And then that, you activate it and then you can leave it in whatever position you want. This doesn't have that. What it does is as soon as you start moving it, it kicks in. So that can be a little tricky, especially if you accidentally go a little too far back. You end up turning it off instead of just getting that heel down sound. I'm learning that you have to be, you really have to practice in order to get it right. Hopefully during the demos I won't screw up on that, but I'm sure I will. But basically, that and the lights are my two complaints. I would have preferred to have a little switch to activate the wah effect, and then you can have the wah all the way open, you can close it all the way, you can have it stay in a position, but with it right now it also has a spring built in, so that way when you remove your foot from the pedal, it automatically goes up to the off position. So it's something that could be worked on and could have been designed better. Oh! I did forget one last control. It's on the very bottom of the pedal. It's a time adjustment. Basically, it adjusts how much time from taking your foot off the pedal until the effect turns off. So you can lower that time, you can lengthen that time, depending on what you want. That is one control I will not be messing with during this demo. I'm just leaving it stock there. So yeah, it takes 9-volt power, whether that's a 9-volt battery or a 9-volt power adapter. Normal input. It does have two outputs. One, you've got your normal output, and then it also has a second output that can be used for like a dry-wet setup. It's called an out/bypass. So basically, you plug it in, and it just feeds the dry signal to your amp, which some people like a dry wet setup. And so you can go ahead and use that with your wah. One amp will have the dry signal, the other will have the affected signal. I thought that was a pretty interesting idea for a wah pedal. I don't know. I personally do not know of any other pedals that do that. Any other wah pedals that do that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to set everything to noon and show you everything in the first position. And then just kind of tweak the Q settings and the fine settings, and we'll kind of just go from there. So yeah, here we go. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this. Don't forget to tune in the following weeks to watch the other modes of this awesome pedal, and let me know what you think of the pedal in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and most of all, follow us. This is Poor Man Pedals signing out.